Hey everybody, I'm Manny and welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be doing a spooling of my new Shimano Scorpion DC, the 2021 version. Super stoked and excited. I just did a video about my new fishing equipment or fishing gear or tackle or what have you for Christmas. So I'm going to go ahead and spool this up. I have the box here, but we're gonna be using also the Piscifun. I don't know how to pronounce this. They do some pretty good products here, so I'm gonna be using this today to spool up my reel today. I have used it already several times in the past, but I haven't done a video on it yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this out here. I'll probably do a little snapshots here or probably speed up the video here just to not make it as long and I guess do like a little more crucial points of the videos. But yeah, so let me go ahead and take this stuff out here. I have not spooled up a bait caster yet. I don't believe, or actually, you know what? Yes, I have. But not on video. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this stuff out, set everything up, and yeah, I'll let you guys see the process of how it is and how simple it is, should I say. But let me go ahead and start putting everything together. So here you have the clamp that will be holding the spool. When it spins this way here, it also spins the reel at the same time. That will be for the spinning. Today we're not using that. We're gonna go ahead and lock it down with the little nut here on the top, because this goes just on straight, and then you use the type of line that you want to use. It comes in two pieces here. You go ahead and just center it and then push it down tight. Grab your spinning reel, go ahead and put it into the locking sleeves, and then you lock it in place. There you have it. And that's basically what the rig looks like. Gonna go do some very cheap backing, because you don't really need any good backing on it. At least I don't hope so. Only because I've seen people use a DC and almost spool the entire spool. So hopefully that doesn't happens to us, fingers crossed. And if it does, then I know not to put backing on it this time. Normally I put really fine, thin, crappy backing, and I only do about a quarter of it, maybe an eighth, half of the spool, should I say, and then I go ahead and put my, whether it be fluoro or mono, and then a leader, or if it's just gonna be straight fluoro, straight mono. Normally I'll after the backing I'll put my braid. And then at the very end, I'll put like a 4-foot leader on it. So that's normally what I'm gonna do here. Kind of nervous because, like I said, I have seen people get close to the spool. So hopefully that doesn't happen to us. And it's a learning experience, right? So let me go ahead and get this started here and let you guys see how this goes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. And then on the, you have to loosen up all the brakes to be able to unlock the side, here. And the reason why I do that is because I take the spool out to be able to put my loop on. It's just how I do it. Go ahead and put the line through the eyelid. Go ahead and make my knot. Everyone's got their way of making their spool knots, and this is what I like to do. It's the easiest. Give me just a second, guys. All right, sorry about that, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my spool And then you want, now it's through the eyelid, but you also have to put it through here. That's just what I do. It makes it easier for me to be able to control my knot on my spool here. So I gotta do this off camera so I don't drop it. Put it through. I got my double loop. Grab my reel here. Let it come down into one, or did it? Yeah, it came off, sorry. I'm gonna do it again. So I got a double loop there with my fisherman's knot. All right, so then you pull one loop and then you pull this one here and it cinches down to make the second one. And then just tighten it down. I don't really tighten it down hard on this one because it's light line and I actually forgot my snippers. So give me a second and we'll get some snippers. All right, sorry about that, guys. Let me go ahead and snip my line here. There we have it. I have it in the middle of the spool. And then you go ahead and pull your line back through the eyelid. So basically what I did here is pull the line back through the eyelid and then pull the spool back to the side and put it through here. And what I like to do is loosen up my drag so that way I get the liner, the centering piece here to get in the middle. So I'll do that now. Let me put my side plate back on. Put it backwards, sorry. All right, and then completely loosen the drag. Actually, I tightened it, sorry. So just hold the line in place, drags loose, and you twist it until the line gets in the middle. You guys can see it moving back and forth, right? I'm not reeling any line, but just because I'm holding onto the line and it's super light, the only thing that moves is this and not the reel. So once I get it right in the middle, tighten it down, and then go ahead and put this, wind it up a little bit here, cinch it down to the locking arms or whatever you want to call it here. Hopefully you guys can see this. If not, I'm sorry. It's hard to do both on camera here. But that's how you'll have it. And then you just start reeling in. You add the pressure onto the side here. The more you turn it, the tighter the arms get. And you don't want it too tight. I think that's tight enough. Hopefully it's not too tight. That should be fine. And then you just spool up, and depending on if you're gonna do a full spool or 1/8, a quarter, what have you, and then you go ahead and do your regular spool. So I'm gonna just do just a little quick here, and then I'll spool up my regular line. So normally if you have your spinning, it does this, but while it's also rotating the cup there. Just checking how much is still on there. With this, basically what you're doing here is you're saving yourself some money, because this right here most likely will never see the water unless it's a DC, because I've seen some guys get pretty damn close to it. But the most important line on the top of it will be your good line. So it saves you cost in the long run, because that extra line you can use for something else. But basically that's what I'm doing here. So just kind of judging how much I'm going to use, and I think we're getting close there. And let's see. I think I'm going to do that there. It's probably about an eighth away. Don't know if you guys can pick that up. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off and do the same thing. I'll just jump off camera here, and I'll just go ahead and put on my braid. It'll be the same process. You're not gonna miss anything. And then I'll come back and I'll show you what I did there. All right, guys. So basically what I did here, I just did my braid, my backing to my braid, and then I'll do the same thing here when I do my braid to my leader. So I'm gonna go ahead and snip this off here. And I just have regular nail clippers, so they're not going to be very strong to cut this braid, I don't think, but we shall see. Probably not. It did all right. So I'm going to snip that off there. These are like very, very cheap nail clippers here. And then cut the cheap backing. If you cut too close, sometimes you break the integrity of the knot there. But there we have it. Then I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing I did with the last one, and go ahead and put this line onto the onto these arms here. I'm gonna do it on off camera because it's hard to do on camera. Alrighty. Gotta tighten up my spool. Okay. And then since this is a thinner spool, you'll have to tighten down this little dial. If you guys can see there, that little dial. And that will squeeze the fingers or arms, what have you, together. And then you just judge, you just turn the spool until you feel that amount of pressure. You want some pressure, but not too much pressure. And then you'll have to even these arms down by pulling the spool down to make sure that it's properly straight. You don't want it cockeyed. Okay, I think that's pretty tight enough. Hopefully I didn't overdo it to snap my line. The thin line, should I say. So let's go ahead and start cranking it here. And you guys can see. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward here, guys, or probably jump into when I'm done, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I have it fully spooled, and I have just about a centimeter or two. You probably can't pick that up because of the color, black to black backing there. You can't see of the reel, and it's just about a centimeter or two left, and that's the height. As much as you want to spool is you want to spool the entire spool full of line, because the more compact the spool is, the longer your castability is going to be because of the weight of the spool as it's turning. So it's almost at the max, and that very minimal space that I have left, it's going to be for my backing. So I'm going to go ahead and snip this off and do the same thing I did with the not my backing, sorry, with my leader. So the same thing I did with the backing to my braid, I'm going to do the same thing with my braid to my leader, and I'm going to snip this off, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, I just took out my leader. Again, probably just arm's length from, you know, the end to end of your hands here, and go ahead and snip it off, and then just add that to my braid. All right, guys, so it's all said and done. Hopefully you guys can pick that up, but it's you can probably see that it's a thicker line. So I have 30-pound braid to 20-pound fluorocarbon. I think it's 30-pound braid. Is it 30-pound braid? Yeah, 30-pound braid to 20-pound fluorocarbon. But that's basically it, guys. So now basically just reel in the slack here and add on your reel to your pole. A lot of the times that last part of the leader, sometimes depending on how you like it, if you want it longer or not, sometimes really doesn't come into the spool, but at the same time this knot, this line to line knot, or if that's what you want to call it, is a really good knot to tie, because it goes in and out through the guides, especially through the eyelids really well. But that's it. It's all reeled in. You got the leader in there and everything, and I just go ahead and add it to my pole. All right, so I have it put on my new, not new, but my Guggen Squad. This is the Gold Series. This is the go-to rod, and I will either be interchanging them between the go-to and my muscle rod that's behind the camera here. But yeah, I just hope that you guys found the simplicity of this item useful, helpful, great product. I highly recommend it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video. Please like, favorite, share, and subscribe. If hopefully I can get a fish on this new reel, and if I do, I'll bring you guys some more footage. If I don't see you guys from here until the New Year's, Happy New Year's. If I don't see you until see you then, have a happy and safe New Year's. Be responsible, be vigilant, don't drink and drive, have a designated driver, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Later, guys. Thanks for joining.